The Minecraft server Mineplex has a very interesting history. From breaking records for being the largest Minecraft server of all time back in 2015, to dropping off as a result of mismanagement and lack of innovation, and then launching a Bedrock Edition server and finding a decent amount of success there, it's safe to say that Mineplex has been through a lot. In this video, I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the Bedrock Edition server specifically, because for how many players Mineplex Bedrock Edition has, it's actually not that well known in the community. I'll try and shed some light on why it's the case in this video, but just know that I'm going to be going in on Mineplex. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and enjoy. I'm gonna cut to the chase. The few times that I've played on Mineplex Bedrock Edition, nothing has made me want to come back to the server. Or for that matter, play it over other servers. There's Skyblock, but I could just go play Skyblock on Cubecraft or Hypixel. Block Hunt? You got that on Hive. Mob Arena is gonna be like the one exception to this list in the fact that it is pretty much original. But like, I could go play COD Zombies or Fortnite Save the World if I wanted to play this game mode. There's Master Builders and Speed Builders, which you can pretty much play on any other server. You have Snowfight, which is just another snowball spamming simulator, which I actually made a video about the Hive's version of it. There's Cake Wars and Sky Wars, which I'll discuss more later in the video, but you can already tell that they're just Bed Wars and Sky Wars. You have Creative and Survival, which can literally just be done on private Xbox servers. And then there's the classic game modes, which if you've ever played on Mineplex, you've probably heard of. However, the classic game modes on Bedrock Edition are so extremely scuffed that it's just not even really fun to play on them anymore. To reiterate, there's just nothing that makes me want to choose Mineplex as my preferred server over another server. But let's say that every other server except Mineplex shut down. I wouldn't be able to play half the games anyways. Man, I'm trying to build myself a house in creative? That sucks. There's no room for this plot. Okay, well, what if I just want to go build myself a small dirt house in survival? Well, that sucks. There's no survival servers open, even though it says there's more than 400 people playing the game mode. Okay, well, I'll just go chill in some Skyblock then. Well, you see, it has 0 players and servers don't seem to exist for it. I have tried multiple times over multiple months to try and join Mineplex Skyblock, and there have never been servers for it. I do not know why a Skyblock NPC exists in the Mineplex lobby. Alright, well, I guess I'll just have to go with Mob Arena. And never mind, there are no servers for it, except for the time that I actually did get a server, but I got bugged in the lobby, and when I tried to /hub, my entire Minecraft crashed. Now, out of fairness, I also went on my alt account just in case for whatever reason my main was bugged. Turns out, at least for housing, it was. I was able to create a housing plot just fine on my alt account. But the fact that a guy with YouTube rank is bugged out of housing on his main account is not a good look. Oh yeah, also on my alt I tested survival and nothing, and Skyblock, nothing as well, and on Mob Arena, the same exact thing happened where my game crashed when I tried to /hub because the world was broken. This is like that meme of the protest sign from a few years ago that says, "Our expectations were low for you, but holy f***." Like, seriously, the fact that multiple games on the server aren't playable, and yet they're prominently displayed in the hub is a really bad look for Mineplex. But at least there's a few games that are playable on Mineplex, and for those, I brought along my friend Crafted Manny. The first game we tried was Sky Wars, because that's the game mode both of us pretty much main on the Hive. Now, I've actually done a video where I've talked about Mineplex Sky Wars in part before, and I'll reiterate what I said about it in this video as well. It's a very vanilla version of Skywars. There's nothing really too crazy about it. You spawn on your island with okay-ish stuff, and then you just rush mid to get the good stuff and kill everyone else. In terms of PvP skill, to be quite honest, I really couldn't tell what everyone was playing on. It seemed to be, like Cubecraft, a scuffed remake of Java PvP, but at least knockbacks seemed to be pretty consistent, and your hits registered most of the time, which is something that I could not say about Cubecraft. I would like to talk about projectiles, however, and how weird they were. In the case of snowballs, when you right-click to throw them, it would take like half a second for it to actually throw. This would lead to some awkward moments where I'm trying to throw a snowball at someone and I would just miss because of how delayed the snowball throw actually was. I can tell you that this was not a result of my ping because I was getting less than 50 at the time. Also, can we talk about bows? I'll just let the footage speak for itself, honestly.
Ooh, thank you.
What does it do? Like, shoot it out into the void. What is this, like? It like flies up and down. Like wiggles.
Go, dude? What? Oh, I see it now, dude. It like floats. What is that? Yo, it's like on Hive. Like when you look up and try to shoot, it curves upwards.
Yeah, it curves up.
this is something new. It like goes up and then like just flops down.
Yeah.
What?
Now I realize that some servers do change their bow physics, both the Hive and Galaxy have done so. But like, why do Mineplex's arrows wiggle up and down? I do not understand that. Now let's talk about a couple of other weird things that can also happen in Mineplex Skywars. Sometimes you'll get an enchanted book out of a chest, which has an enchantment that you can put on your weapon or armor or something. However, we couldn't find any anvils anywhere, and I do not think there's physically enough iron on the map to craft your own anvil, so the books are essentially useless. Why do they exist then? Also, you can craft things on Mineplex. I tried it and redstone mechanics don't work, but if you craft a boat and then get in it, you'll instantly get thrown out of the boat. However, other players will still see you floating above the boat, and you're free to run around the map and kind of do anything except for place blocks and interact with things and hit people. I guarantee that this can and will and might already be abused, but I didn't want to risk getting banned by messing around with it too much. Still, probably something that should be looked over a little bit more. Next, Manny and I moved over to Cake Wars. Like I said earlier, this is basically Mineplex's version of Bed Wars. I really don't have much to say about Cake Wars, to be quite honest. It was a very generic game mode and there was nothing too out of the ordinary. Manny and I were pretty much able to just solo everyone because the level of PvP wasn't too high, and overall I could not really see myself playing Cake Wars over pretty much any other Wars game mode. I will concede that part of this is due to the level of PvP in the game, but also there's no major gimmicks that makes it fun to play over others. Also, we tried out micro battles just sort of as a nostalgia trip. This was always one of my favorite game modes to play on Mineplex Java way back in the day, and while there was nothing majorly different about it, everything seemed very scuffed in a way. Things like the lack of hunger, the weird arrow physics, and the fact that instead of lava, there's water rivers, made the game mode feel like a Walmart version of Mineplex Java micro battles. Now, I realize that Bedrock is basically a Walmart version of Minecraft Java, but I don't understand why Bedrock micro battles can't have simple features like lava or hunger. It just didn't seem right playing it. Another thing that didn't feel right about playing on Mineplex was the lack of cheaters. We only ran into one guy that was blatantly cheating during the time that we were recording, and obviously this is a good thing, but at least for me, whenever I used to play on Mineplex, it was just kind of an expectation that I'd run into cheaters and, you know, I'd just get on with my day. But in all seriousness, I am glad to see that Mineplex is taking more action against cheaters than they used to at least, and so I do just want to applaud Mineplex on that. Now, the final thing that I'd like to discuss about Mineplex is the lag, and if you've ever been in Mineplex's hub before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I literally could not go more than 10 seconds in the hub without my game freezing seemingly for no reason, and I even have a good system, a GTX 1070 and a Ryzen 5 1600. Neither of those should have issues with running basically anything in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Manny was also complaining about the same freezes and frame lag, and he even has a better system than me. This has got to be some sort of issue on Mineplex's end, and it made it really unenjoyable to be in the hub for any significant amount of time. There were even a couple of times where my game completely froze for like 10 seconds and I thought my game had just crashed.
Potato pie just got DDoSed.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just disappeared right in front of my eyes.
All in all, I've got to say that Mineplex did not live up to the already pretty low expectations that I had for it. I did not really have a good experience playing on the server, and I think a lot of work needs to go into the server to even make it playable. Again, you have to remember that 4 of the games that they were advertising in the hub literally were not playable. And honestly, I kind of left the server on a sour note just because my experience was not good. I don't see myself coming back to Mineplex unless they make some major changes, which I hope they do, but we'll just have to wait and see. Thank you everyone for watching. Before we end, I'd like to give a couple of shoutouts. First of all, big shout out to Crafted Manny, who played with me on Mineplex and I guess endured it with me. He makes really cool Bedrock Edition content, mainly on the Hive, so go check him out and drop him a subscription. I'd also like to give a huge thank you to every single one of my channel members. They support me financially for $4.99 a month, and their names are displayed up on screen. If you'd like to become a channel member, you can do so by clicking the join button next to the subscribe button, or by clicking the members link in the description. Again, a huge thank you to all of you. Also, a big thank you to just everyone who watches my videos and shows support every single time. I really do appreciate everyone who takes the time to subscribe or even just leave a like on the video if they enjoyed it. If you could do that if you enjoyed, that would mean so much to me. That's all for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.